From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Good Tuesday morning. We have a lot of active weather on the horizon. First of all, for this morning, our Cascade passes are a little bit slushy out there. Many rain chances to come for the rest of the week, at least through Friday. Wind gusts picking up for tonight, for tomorrow and tomorrow night. Highs staying put mostly in the 50s and lows turning a little bit colder, dropping down into the 20s and 30s by the end of the work week. Just a few light showers this morning left over. It's definitely going to be a lot drier this morning. It's a lot drier for 5 a.m. as opposed to what it's going to be looking like for 5 p.m. and after the fact. We do have a dense fog advisory this morning for the foothills of the Blue Mountains. So on Interstate 84 and some of those relevant locations down that way, just take it slow if you run into some of those thicker patches of fog. Winds not doing much for right now, but of course that's going to change tonight and then into tomorrow and tomorrow night. Temperatures this morning down into the 30s and 40s across the map, so of course you'll have to bundle up. Your day planner forecast for this Tuesday, it's going to be a gray day, but looking a lot drier for lower elevations after 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. But we'll circle back to this point right here coming up in a few minutes on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, several people are sent to the hospital after a major crash shuts down a Benton County intersection. A man from Umatilla County is still missing, where authorities have turned the focus of their search. And an annual drive at Second Harvest already has a list of people in need. All the details are on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now, Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone. We want to start with breaking news this morning. So former Vice President Breaking news just this morning, former Vice President Dick Cheney has died. The hard-charging conservative was known as one of the most powerful and polarizing vice presidents in U.S. history. His family released a statement saying he died last night at age 84, or earlier this morning last night, at age 84, due to complications of pneumonia and cardiac and vascular disease. We'll take a look at his life and legacy later this morning on Good Morning Northwest. But thank you guys for joining us. It is Tuesday, November 4th. We're going to get right into your top local stories now. So starting off, multiple people were hurt last night after a crash in Benton County. This crash happened just before 6:30 at the intersection of South Travis Road and West Sellards Road, just outside of Benton City. That's according to the Benton County Sheriff's Office, and they say 2 cars crashed and ended up in a field just south of the intersection, and one of those cars ended up on its side. At least 4 ambulances left the scene of the crash, but it has not yet been confirmed how many people were hurt or their conditions. The intersection was closed for a few hours while first responders worked the scene. We'll continue to update you on this story when more information is made available. And Richland police are investigating a shooting early Sunday that left 2 people seriously injured. We're told the victims drove themselves to a local hospital and are expected to survive. Officers say the shooting happened in a Van Giesen Street parking lot, and it appears to have been targeted. The suspect left before police arrived. Anybody with any information is to contact Richland Police. Now to Oregon, where state police say 2 people are in the hospital and a 3rd person is dead after a head-on crash Sunday morning. Officials say troopers responded to a reported 2-car crash on Highway 395. This was near Joy Lane, north of Hermiston. Officials say their investigation found a vehicle crossed into the opposing lane, and troopers tell us 24-year-old Jose Vicente Sanchez of Umatilla died at the scene. The cause is under investigation. And now to northern Oregon, where authorities have started to search the Umatilla River for 71-year-old Wesley Dixon Jones. He's a Umatilla Indian Reservation member who went missing in early October. Our very own Caleb Stipkovitz tells us how law enforcement is searching the river and how they say the community can help.
According to police, Wesley Dixon Jones was last seen on October 5th in a gray Ford Escape heading east on Short Mile Road. But when the car drove back on the same street sometime later, the Umatilla Indian Reservation member was nowhere to be seen, prompting his family to report him missing. 5 weeks later, the investigation is pointing authorities to one location. On Friday, crews announced that they were going to search the deeper parts of the Umatilla River. Authorities are working with the MMIW Search and Hope Alliance to look for Jones using an Aqua Eye device, which uses sonar to detect objects in deep water.
So they're going to be going along the Umatilla River in the area where Mr. Jones went missing and trying to scan especially deep pockets of water that we can't just visually inspect.
Detective Morris says he worked with the FBI and the Reservations Department of Natural Resources to mark deep points in the river on Friday, and search crews have been looking for Jones over the weekend. But as of this newscast, the team hasn't been able to find him yet. Detective Morris says that there's ways that the community can help the investigation. He is looking for any street-facing video of Jones's vehicle traveling the day he went missing, between Cayuse Road and Bingham Road, as well as Short Mile Road to Cayuse Road.
And what we're looking for is any video footage that shows that Ford Escape driving by, or, a similar vehicle.
Detective Morris says that anyone with footage can contact the police department or upload the video through its online evidence portal. Reporting from Umatilla, Caleb Stipkovitz, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Caleb. Now, during the investigation, the Umatilla Tribal Police Department also used canines and drones in addition to looking for Jones by foot. Turning now to the holiday season, which is upcoming, and it can be one of the busiest times of the year for food banks. And Second Harvest in Pasco says the need could be even greater this year. The organization gives out 1,500 Thanksgiving meal kits to those in need each year. But when live registration for this year's boxes started this morning or yesterday morning, it completely filled up in just a few hours. Second Harvest says it's asking for donations as the holiday season goes on.
The way that we can stretch dollars the very furthest is through monetary donations. We're also always looking for donations of food, and typically we need shelf-stable donations the most year-round.
And pasta, beans, rice, or any canned goods are some of the best items to donate. Attention now, voters, the general election is today and time is running out to make sure your ballot counts. So if you haven't turned it in yet, Benton County Auditor Brenda Chilton urges you not to mail it anymore. The U.S. Postal Service recommends mailing your ballot at least a week in advance, and now the safest option is to use an official drop box. Don't forget to sign your ballot before dropping it off and make sure your signature matches the one on file with your voter registration.
We want to make sure that your signature is as close to the signature that you have on record with your voter registration. And so sign with your most official signature. Oftentimes that means pulling out your driver's license and look to see how you signed your signature on your driver's license.
Now, if you forget to sign or your signature does not match, the Election Center will contact you to help fix it. And if you have not registered to vote yet, you can still do so by 8 p.m. today at the Election Center or Prosser Courthouse. And be sure to drop your ballot in a drop box by 8 p.m. today for it to be counted. Now, the Tri-Cities Airport is undergoing major construction, and one of its biggest projects is almost complete. The first of 4 major phases includes the runway 1230 shift. It expands the apron to create more space for planes to park and move safely, also helping handle increasing flights and passenger numbers. It's designed to handle the region's growing travel demand, and work is scheduled to be complete by November 14th.
I'm happy to get the second runway back, because whenever you only have one runway and some issue happens, you don't have another runway. The airport's pretty much closed. So just getting that flexibility back. I know a lot of the airlines prefer to take off on our north-south. I know a lot of people that live in the community to the west of the airport like when they take off north-south.
Other projects include a new rental car center, complete with a dedicated car wash and quick turn facility, upgrades to the baggage handling area, and 2 new jet boarding bridges around gates 2 and 5 are on the way. Everything is expected to be complete by the end of 2026, and then phase 2 will begin afterwards. Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, President Trump says his administration is going to help people who are in need of SNAP benefits for the month of November. With the details coming up in your national news. But first, our Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your first alert weather forecast. Keep it right here. Good Morning Northwest. We'll be right back.
Tuesdays are my favorite day of the week because the single Papa Burger combos are just $5.99. And I wait all week for this.
And so do I.
And that's why I always get 2.
The Tuesday special at A&W. Black Friday is here at More Furniture. Don't miss the biggest savings of the year. Up to 50% off store-wide on beautiful living rooms, bedrooms, dining rooms, and more. Free white glove delivery on your purchase of $9.99 or more. We'll bring it in, set it up, and take the hassle out of your holiday upgrade. Plus doorbuster deals you can't afford to miss. Hurry in for the very best selections before they're gone.
My family's been serving the Tri-Cities for 86 years at Griggs and the Tri-Cities Ace Store. And we have some deals we don't want you to miss. This steel handle leaf rake is closeout priced at $14.88. You want tender turkey for Thanksgiving? Meat Church Bird Baptism Brine is the trick, and it's on sale. 20-pound bags of bird food on sale, 2 for $18. And stock up on these C6 100 light Christmas lights, a steal at 50% off. See all of the deals using this QR code. Come see us at Griggs and the Tri-Cities Ace stores. And thank you for your business.
Want your home or business to remain clean? Here to meet all your janitorial needs, R&S Janitorial Services. They have serviced the Valley for over 20 years, specialized in cleaning all offices and businesses to warehouses, commercial buildings, and more. R&S keeps the inside of your business or workplace clean and professional at all times. You keep doing what you do best and let R&S do the rest. Call R&S Janitorial Services at 509-840-7100 today.
We're happy to gift you and your organization $1,000.
Thank you so much. That's amazing. It does your heart good. There's no doubt. Constantly. There's always something going on.
To nominate someone, click on Volunteers Count at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
It's hump day, and you know what that means. Hello, Country Fried Steak. Get a delicious meal for just $5.99 to make your Wednesday feel like the weekend. Yes, Wednesdays only. Country Fried Steak is just $5.99. Happy hump day from KFC.
The ballroom is electric.
And the moves? Epic.
It's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame night.
Red hot! Thunder and lightning!
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame night on Dancing with the Stars, live, ABC tonight.
An awesome flight over an awesome river. Fly the Northwest tonight at 6. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Our passes are a little bit slushy out there for this morning, specifically in the Cascades. So we'll go ahead and we'll just sort of take a tour right now. This is US 2 at Stevens Pass, compact snow and ice. Traction tires are advised. And then we'll take you down to US 97 at Blewett Pass, a little bit slushy. Traction tires advised here. And then I believe the next one slated is Interstate 90 at Snoqualmie Pass. Bare and wet. No chains required right now, so this is definitely the best of all the passes, at least up in the Cascades. And then for US 12 at White Pass, compact snow and ice. Traction tires required here. This is the only location where traction tires are actually required. We'll have another update on this coming up during the 6 o'clock hour. Okay, otherwise, let's talk about our temperatures over the next 7 days. Staying cool, mostly staying in the 50s for lower elevations. A few caveats to that we'll talk about. We'll hear a couple of the caveats in the Kittitas and Yakima Valleys, mid to upper 40s for today. The rest of our lower elevation locations going to be in the low to mid 50s. In the Tri-Cities, another caveat here could be in the low 60s for Thursday, but for the most part, otherwise, we're going to be in the 50s. Pretty normal stuff for this time of the year. Overnight low is going to be dropping down into the 20s and 30s for Friday night and beyond. Now, for tonight, not going to be that cold. We'll be in the 30s and 40s, 30s for the valleys, 40s for the basin and foothills. But you see in the Yakima Valley, could drop down into the upper 20s as soon as Friday night, and then some low 30s for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. But the big story really not going to be the temperatures. It will be the rainfall. Many more chances of rainfall throughout the rest of the week. We'll time it out with Futurecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. In your national headlines now, help is on the way for Americans who rely on food stamp benefits. The Trump administration says it will provide partial SNAP benefits for November amid the government shutdown. The U.S. Department of Agriculture said it will tap $4.65 billion from its contingency fund. That would cover 50% of current allotments for eligible households. Of note, however, recipients will not see the payments immediately. In court papers filed today, the administration said it decided against pulling money from other sources that would provide full SNAP benefits for November. And in just days, the Supreme Court will hear oral arguments on whether President Trump's tariff policy is legal. The case will consider whether the president had the legal authority to impose tariffs by using a law known as the International Emergency Economic Powers Act. That law gives the president the ability to set tariffs in a national emergency. And the president said if the high court rules against him, the U.S. government would have to reimburse companies for the billions of dollars they've already paid. All right, keep it here because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, we're checking back in with Josh Colbreth as he has your full First Alert weather forecast. He's going to let you know what's going on for later this week. It's all coming up after the break.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
Welcome to the neighborhood, Jordan.
Thanks, guys. Because when you feel protected, you can dream fearlessly. Go long. Bundle and save up to 40%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Black Friday is here at More Furniture. Don't miss the biggest savings of the year. Up to 50% off store-wide on beautiful living rooms, bedrooms, dining rooms, and more. Free white glove delivery on your purchase of $9.99 or more. We'll bring it in, set it up, and take the hassle out of your holiday upgrade. Plus doorbuster deals you can't afford to miss. Hurry in for the very best selections before they're gone.
Dear First Place, experts agree Toyota value can't be beat. Drivers agree Toyota quality rides long and strong. Add hybrid choices like no other, and you'll win the long game by a country mile. Toyota. Toyota is KBB's best resale value brand 5 years in a row. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
For 25 years, you've made Triple Play more than just a place to play. You've turned it into a place where memories are made. We want to thank our amazing guests and community. From birthday parties to company outings and spontaneous weekend adventures, your memories are what make Triple Play special. Here's to 25 years of fun and many more to come. Thank you for being part of our story.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery. Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
Welcome to the neighborhood, Jordan.
Thanks, guys. Because when you feel protected, you can dream fearlessly. Go long. Bundle and save up to 40%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
This newscast sponsored by Shriners Children Spokane. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We have multiple chances for rainfall all throughout this week, so let's go ahead and time it all out with Futurecast. So we put this into motion 8 this morning. Looking pretty dry out there. We'll be pretty dry for lunchtime as well, but by 5 p.m. here comes that next wave of the atmospheric river from the south and from the west. That becomes much more widespread into the late evening hours. Overnight, you see midnight, sort of rainfall all over the place. 5 tomorrow morning. By the time we're on the air for tomorrow morning's rendition of Good Morning Northwest, going to be pretty wet out there as well. And then by lunchtime, it looks like the mode's going to switch to showers, sometimes heavy, very intense rain showers at times, specifically up in the Cascades, but that could also spread down into lower elevations. And then looks like we'll trend slightly drier by very early on Thursday morning, at least for lower elevations and the Blues, but we have more rainfall to go for Thursday and Friday. So first, here's some of the rainfall totals we're expecting through 5 in the morning on Thursday. You see around an inch. This would both be rainfall and melted snowfall up in the Cascades. 0.1 to 0.4 inches for the valleys, kind of all over the place. They're not very much doing for the Basin or the foothills or the Blues, maybe 0.2 to 0.3 inches for the Blues. But Additional rain chances for the rest of Thursday, then into much of Friday as well. Maybe another inch and a half of water up in the Cascades, maybe a half an inch of water for the Blues, and lower elevations getting beneficial stuff. Obviously not as much as the mountains will get, but every little drop helps, right? Trending drier into the weekend. Little shower chances coming back for Sunday and Monday. That's 6 to 7 days out. We'll have a lot more to say about that. Now let's talk about the winds we could see from this series of atmospheric rivers. Tonight, tomorrow night, gusts between 20 to 40 miles per hour. Looks like tonight the strongest gust going to be in the foothills, the Blues, also up in the Cascades. Then for tomorrow, a little bit more widespread at this point. Some of those gusts around 40 miles per hour for the Blue foothills and the Blue Mountains. And then by Wednesday night, looks like the strongest gusts are going to shift over to Salish Pass and Blewett Pass. All that subject to change. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Rain chances through Friday, and it looks as if Wednesday will be the wettest day. In Yakima, a cool and wet week ahead, but trending drier over the weekend for a change. In Ellensburg, rain likely tonight into Wednesday, highs staying in the 40s and 50s. In Hermiston, fog possible this morning, rain likely tonight into tomorrow, then smaller rain chances after that. And finally for Walla Walla, also looking at a wet forecast through Friday, but getting a little break just in time for Saturday. Woohoo.
A little break for Saturday, but the rest of the week is just raining.
Yes.
Rain, rain, go away.
Yes, so good week to stay inside if you're so lucky, but if you got to venture out to work like most of us do, work or school, maybe
rain
poncho,
boots.
rain boots, umbrella, the whole shebang. Yeah.
All right, keep it here because coming up next in Good Morning Northwest, Kim Kardashian is facing off with ChatGPT. She is blaming it for her failing her law exam. We're going to have the details coming up in your entertainment news. That is right after the break.
Allen Brackey Law Offices emphasizes the rights of accident victims and can answer your questions, such as how long do you have to file a claim? Are you getting a good settlement from the insurance company? If someone's carelessness has left you sidelined, get some answers.
Designed to impress, engineered to perform. Shop GE Appliances at Fred's Appliance. Save big on all GE appliances, from dishwashers to ranges, fridges to ovens, and even laundry. You won't find sales like this unless you shop locally. Like this new induction range model, only $11.99. Stop in to explore GE at Fred's Appliance. We sell appliances, only appliances.
An official message from Medicare.
Medicare plans change from one year to the next. And this year, it's important for you to review your current coverage and compare all your options during Medicare open enrollment. Compare health plans. Compare drug coverage. Compare costs. See if you can save. And make sure your drugs are covered. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Compare plans now at Medicare.gov.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
If your bath has seen a lot of life, nobody gives it new life like Bath Fitter. Whatever shape your bath is in, Bath Fitter will transform it with an amazing number of styles and watertight walls that are grout-free and easy to clean. With 40 years of experience, Bath Fitter knows what people want. An affordable remodel that isn't just beautiful, it's guaranteed for life. When it's time to give your bath new life, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through December 31st, receive rebates up to $1,300 off on a new Daikin Fit system, plus free thermostat when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air.
Allen Brackey Law Offices emphasizes the rights of accident victims and can answer your questions, such as how long do you have to file a claim? Are you getting a good settlement from the insurance company? If someone's carelessness has left you sidelined, get some answers.
E.T. and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Extra, extra. Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In your entertainment news, Kim Kardashian says she and ChatGPT are toxic friends.
During an interview with Kardashian's All's Fair co-star, Tiana Taylor, Kardashian revealed she used the AI chatbot to study for the California bar exam, and she blames it for failing. Kardashian said she will get mad and I'll yell at it.
Oh, okay. Well, All's Fair is a new drama series on Hulu that follows a divorce law firm, and the attorneys at the firm are played by Kardashian, Naomi Watts, Glenn Close, and Niecy Nash Betts. Okay, so it's like for the TV show. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a drama series, so it's not
But she was a real attorney, or was studying.
She's studying to be one, I believe. Still.
Did she?
I think with all the things she has going on, she's. It's just a very slow process.
So she hasn't taken the bar exam yet?
I think she did. I think she failed it before. But I mean, it's hard, so. And she's got so much going on, so I don't blame her. I'm a fan.
It should be hard to be a lawyer, yeah.
All right, more entertainment news. Jon Stewart is staying put. The new deal with Paramount keeps Stewart as host of Comedy Central's The Daily Show once a week through next year's midterm elections.
Other correspondents on the program will take the anchor's chair on Tuesdays through Thursdays. Stewart hosted the program from 1999 to 2015.
And last year, he returned to helm the show on Mondays, and fans of The Daily Show were worried that Stewart might not return after Paramount went through a long merger process and made some concessions to the Trump administration.
Earlier this year, Paramount owned CBS made the decision to end The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, which will leave the air in 2026. Stewart, the head of Comedy Central, said his continuing role helps to continue a commitment to delivering, quote, incisive comedy and sharp commentary.
That's how I feel about myself. Incisive comedy. Just kidding, no.
Yeah, The Daily Show starring Jessica Jalal every single day.
It's pretty much what we do every day.
Yeah.
That's our job, right? Tell the news. Hopefully, sometimes we're entertaining.
So sometimes maybe we squeeze a laugh out of you. Or
Yeah, maybe.
Or something.
Yeah, painfully so.
Yeah.
All right, keep it here because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, Hermiston has added several life-saving devices to its sporting facilities. We have how it can help you in an emergency. And the Port of Benton has its eyes on a project that could bring in 200 new jobs to the area. Where the build is expected to happen is coming up in your next half hour. But first, we're going to check out your Tech Bites.
Well, in today's Tech Bites, get ready for the TikTok Awards. The platform has announced its first ever award show in the U.S. Influencers are up for a variety of honors, including Creator of the Year and Video of the Year. The show will be held in Hollywood next month and live streamed on, where else? TikTok. Waymo is taking its driverless taxis to 3 more cities. Starting next year, the autonomous vehicles will be available in Detroit, San Diego, and Las Vegas. With the expansion, the company says that it's predicting it'll be providing 1 million rides per week by 2027. Finally, OpenAI has inked a $38 billion cloud computing partnership with Amazon. For the past few years, the AI giant has said that it needs to drastically increase the amount of computing power it has access to. The company has also recently inked deals with NVIDIA and AMD. Those are your Tech Bites.
"250 years ago, a promise was made to connect families and friends near and far. How we deliver has changed, but our purpose hasn't, especially during the holidays. It's the peace of mind knowing your love arrives, the reliability and the affordability that ensures no one's left out of the holiday magic. For centuries, that promise has been kept, bringing peace of mind holiday after holiday. The United States Postal Service, delivering since 1775.
Pain means pause on the things you love, but green means go. Among neck pain sufferers, BioFreeze gel was found to be 2 times more effective than ice. So keep going. BioFreeze. Also, try our dry stick on the go.
Look out!
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
I'm Josh Goldberg.
All right, Josh, so national days today. Well, it is election day, but it's also National Candy Day.
Oh.
Just after Halloween. You would think it'd be on Halloween or earlier.
Yeah. What's your favorite candy?
Watermelon Sour Patch Kids.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good answer. That's a good answer.
And then nerds,
The ropes?
The ropes, yeah, the red one. So good. Yours?
I am also a sucker for like sour. No, that would have been good. That would have been clever, but no, for sour gummies. So like Sour Patch
gummy
Kids.
bears.
I really like. Have you had those Airheads? They're like yay big and they're sour.
Yes, yeah.
And yeah, I could house. No, they're not Warheads. They're little Airheads.
Not Warheads. Okay.
Bites and.
Oh yes, I know what you're talking about now.
Anyway, I could house a whole bag of those. Is what I'm trying to say.
Now I want some.
Yeah.
Okay, weather-wise, how's it looking?
It is looking not sweet, unlike candy. So, but we actually do need the rain. The mountains need the snow. So it is. If you look at the big picture, it is actually a very sweet forecast. Okay, let's take a look at those big weather stories. It's a little slushy/snowy this morning in our Cascade Passes. Thankfully, snow levels raising up, so we're not expecting much more snow in addition to what we already have on the ground. But much more rain. Many rain chances all throughout this week. Wind gusts picking up for tonight, tomorrow, and tomorrow night. Highs mostly staying put in the 50s and lows turning a little bit cooler, dropping down into the 20s in the valleys and 30s for the basin and foothills by Friday night. Okay, first alert radar showing you not much out there, just a few sprinkles on the map, really, at this point. We are seeing some fog this morning in the foothills, especially in Umatilla County, so please take it slow on I-84 in particular, as we have that dense fog advisory that is in place until 8 this morning. Okay, wind gusts not a factor for now, but they're definitely going to be picking up as we head into this evening, and then like I established for tomorrow and tomorrow night as well. Temperatures in the 30s and 40s for lower elevations. You got to bundle up as you're headed out the front door. Here's your umbrella cast for today for the Tri-Cities. You're really not going to need it for today, but those chances are going to go up for this evening. So for today, for lower elevations, it's going to be gray. It's going to be gloomy, 40s and 50s, and I'll have another update on what the passes are looking like coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Now, starting off this half hour of news in Oregon, taking you to the city of Hermiston, where they installed new AED systems at 2 parks and sports facilities. Apple Valley News Now's Jake Gable spoke with the Parks and Rec Department about the device that could save a life.
Every year, 350,000 Americans experience cardiac arrest while not in a hospital. And according to the American Heart Association, people who receive a shock from an AED within the first minute survive 90% of the time. Numbers that led the city of Hermiston to add 2 AEDs at parks and sports facilities.
Awesome opportunity just to have an AED on site where we're having physical activity. We never know when something's going to happen, and so time is critical in those emergency situations, and so having it at the disposal for people who are playing and need it in kind of the nick of time.
The automatic external defibrillators are located at the Good Shepherd Pickleball Complex and Funland Playground. In the event you need to use an AED, you're going to need your cell phone. You're going to call 911 and notify them of the situation. They will give you a code to access this. You'll enter it in and open this, and you will have access to the AED to use. The Hermiston Parks and Recreation Department received the AED systems through a $7,500 grant.
The Good Shepherd Community Health Foundation offers grants twice a year, and so I applied for a grant through them to supply 2 AEDs into our parks.
100% more comfortable, because if someone has a cardiac arrest or heart problems, then it's right there at our disposal, and it's kind of cool. I think the community all likes it. I think it's all good.
In partnership with Umatilla County Dispatch, 911 callers will receive pre-arrival instructions before EMS come to the scene, including instructions on how to use the device. In Hermiston, Jake Gable, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Jake. Now, Good Shepherd Healthcare offers AED, first aid, and CPR classes for those interested in learning more about how to use that technology. All right, taking you to Zilla now. Police are warning the community about unlicensed pop-up food vendors in the Yakima Valley. CPD says these mobile stands are not monitored by any health department, and some people have gotten sick after eating there. The stands are popping up after city hours when code enforcement is not available, and police say they violate Zilla's municipal code. Authorities are asking residents to report any pop-up vendors to the Yakima County Sheriff's Office. Police say they will respond, shut down the stands, and take enforcement action. In Richland now, a $1 billion clean energy project in the northern area is getting more time to move forward. The Port of Benton granted Atlas Agro a 6-month extension on its land purchase agreement. This gives the company extra time to secure power through the Bonneville Power Administration. The port first signed the deal in 2023 as part of a plan to turn former Hanford land into new industrial space. Atlas Agro plans to build one of the nation's first green fertilizer plants on 150 acres, a $1.2 to $1.5 billion project that's expected to create more than 200 permanent jobs.
Atlas Agro is a green fertilizer company that is basically building the first of a kind, a second of a kind plant here in the United States. We have the opportunity to secure this project.
The port says the extension will give the company time to finalize its power supply plans and one of the last steps before construction can begin. 5:35 in environment news this morning. The Washington State Department of Ecology is developing a new program to help farmers during dry years. The voluntary drought insurance program focused on the Mid-Columbia region would let farmers lease water when river levels drop. Stakeholders, including irrigators and policy groups, are being asked for feedback as the plan takes shape.
We know there's a need for drought relief. And again, it's about adding arrows to the quiver. It's about adding resources, programs. Mitigation banks is one form. This drought insurance program is another example of ways that we can aid and assist irrigators and farmers when drought hits.
Ecology says the program is still in its early stages, with guidelines expected to develop over the next year. And the department hopes to have it in place before the next major drought hits. And health officials are confirming cases of bird flu found in local wildlife in Walla Walla. The County Department of Community Health says 3 wild birds, 2 Canadian geese, and a great horned owl tested positive for avian influenza last month near Pioneer Park. The agency is working with state health and wildlife departments to monitor the situation. No human cases have been reported in Walla Walla County, but officials say bird flu spreads easily among wild and domestic birds through saliva, droppings, and contaminated surfaces. And we'll keep you updated on that. All right, keep it here, because coming up next, Josh is going to have your first weather forecast, another look at it, and just how much more rain will sweep across the region. All those details are right after the break.
An awesome flight over an awesome river. Fly the Northwest tonight at 6.
This morning on GMA, it's a 1-2 knockout punch with Sydney Sweeney. Yes, Sydney Sweeney, taking over your morning live. Plus, this week, Abbott Elementary's Janelle James and Elle Fanning live only on Good Morning America.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by never settling. But what's really made Ford F-Series #1 is you.
STCU and Apple Valley News Now continue to honor volunteers by sharing their stories and awarding their charities $1,000 each. If you know someone in Benton and Franklin counties who is making a difference and taking that extra step to make our communities better, please tell us about them today. Just click on Volunteers Count on the contest tab at applevalleynewsnow.com for the STCU Volunteers Count nomination form. Volunteers Count from STCU and Apple Valley News Now.
Everyone deserves to be connected. Big cities, small towns, everywhere in between. And staying connected shouldn't break the bank. That's why T-Mobile and US Cellular are joining forces. The best network just got bigger, and we're combining it with the local service you know and trust.
Dear crew, with an adult-sized third row, everyone's welcome. From sports fans and eco buffs to movie fans. Slip in, stretch out, and let's go. Toyota. Toyota has more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Find yours at toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
And Consumer Reports.
We're testers.
This organization accepts no advertising or sponsorship.
Since 1936.
Testing dishwashers, TVs, cars, vacuums.
We buy directly from stores, just like you.
Making sure products are safe.
And that they last.
Because we're advocates.
Engineers and scientists. We're testers. We're Consumer Reports.
Join us.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by never settling. But what's really made Ford F-Series #1 is you.
The ballroom is electric.
And the moves? Epic.
It's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame night. Red hot! Thunder and lightning!
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame night on Dancing with the Stars, live, ABC tonight.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We do have some snow and some slush on some of our Cascade passes. Let's go ahead and take you on a tour of said passes. We start off with US Highway 2 at Stevens Pass. Compact snow and ice. Traction tires are advised. We'll slide on down to US 97 at Blewett Pass. It's a little slushy. Traction tires also advised here. I-90 at Snoqualmie Pass is the best Cascade pass this morning, other than Sadis Pass, but it's bare and wet. No chains required. That's always good news, but then there's less good news. At US Highway 12 at White Pass, compact snow and ice and traction tires are required here. It's the only pass where traction tires are indeed required. All right, now let's pivot to lower elevations. The high temperatures staying cool for the next 7 days, mostly staying in the 50s. Now for today, a few exceptions to that. Mid to upper 40s in the Kittitas and Yakima valleys, but low to mid 50s for the rest of our lower elevation locations. And in the Yakima Valley, we really will stay in the 50s for Wednesday and beyond. Now in the Tri-Cities, we could maybe touch 60, very low 60s for Friday, but otherwise the basin also mostly going to stay in the 50s. Overnight lows dropping down into the 20s and 30s for Friday night and beyond. Now for tonight, 30s and 40s for lower elevations, 30s in the valleys, 40s for the basin and foothills. But in terms of the temperatures dropping down, we'll see a significant drop off in low temperatures for Friday night and beyond. The Kittitas and Yakima Valley dropping into the upper 20s by Friday night. We'll probably keep it in the low 30s in the basin. Temperatures, not really the big deal, not the big story over the next 7 days. This is, and we'll talk about this coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Now talking money this morning and staying within your budget, which can be tough during the holidays. But according to a recent Bankrate survey, more than 1 in 4 shoppers may take on debt this gift buying season. Michael Yoshida has financial pitfalls that you can avoid and how to find savings while still giving meaningful gifts.
'Tis the season when gift giving can take over our lives. But with many Americans still worried about rising costs, resale or secondhand shopping is becoming a more popular way for finding value and meaning in gifts.
What we're finding is that consumers are ready to spend nearly 40% of their holiday budgets on secondhand, which is up significantly from last year.
Alon Rotem of ThreadUp, an online thrift store, says the stigma around buying secondhand is starting to disappear, with it becoming more mainstream.
Because value is king with consumers, this is a great way for them to extend their dollar and get more for their money. Secondhand is also a way to sort of cut through the noise of the ordinary and find more unique items that tell a story, items that are more personal.
Other ways to save. Start early to take advantage of end-of-summer clearance sales. Don't wait until Black Friday. Use reward credit cards, taking advantage of cash back or points. And to keep your holiday shopping from turning into a financial horror show, remember, for your debit card, know your balance, don't overdraft and suffer fees. For your credit card, even if you have a high limit, don't spend beyond your budget. And with buy now, pay later options, try not to use them for discretionary spending that can quickly add up.
Very easy to forget, say 2 out of the 20 small purchases with different payment due dates that you made from a few months ago. And once you have missed payments, they may get reported to the credit bureaus.
In Washington, Michael Yoshida.
And the Bankrate survey also found 47% of U.S. adults are uncomfortable talking about credit card debt. All right, keep it here because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, we've got your morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door. And Josh is back with your full First Alert weather forecast. It's all on the other side of the break.
Tuesdays are my favorite day of the week because the single Papa Burger combos are just $5.99. And I wait all week for this.
And so do I.
And that's why I always get two.
The Tuesday Special at A&W. At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Affordable? Check. Stylish? Check. Quality? Check, check, check. And before we rush into Black Friday like some people, Furniture Row is honoring our veterans. That means every sofa, dining group, and bed is on sale. Save $200 on our Doctor's Choice hybrid lineup, plus 48 months no interest. And for an extra salute to our heroes in uniform, military and first responders save an extra 5% and no down payment. Shop the largest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed. The Veterans Day sale on now at Furniture Row.
Bathfitter does showers? That's right. We offer a wide selection of beautiful and functional showers in all shapes and sizes. We can even convert your bath into a shower. How about that? With our seamless one-piece walls and hundreds of design options, you'll get a beautiful new shower to fit your needs, guaranteed for life. Bathfitter's been around for 40 years, and we've been experts at showers for just as long. Get yours today. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
'Tis the season for a holiday shopping tradition. Custer's 30th annual Christmas Arts and Crafts Show this weekend at the Hapo Center in Pasco. Join us as 150 artisans from across the Northwest display and sell their fine art, handcrafts, and specialty foods. The variety and quality work make this a must-see event. Get creative with your holiday shopping at Custer's 30th annual Christmas Arts and Crafts Show this weekend at the Hapo Center in Pasco. Tickets on sale now at custershows.com.
It's hump day, and you know what that means. Hello, Country Fried Steak. Get a delicious meal for just $5.99 to make your Wednesday feel like the weekend. Yes, Wednesdays only, Country Fried Steak is just $5.99. Happy hump day from KFC.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We have many chances for rainfall over the next handful of days. So let's go ahead and time it out with Futurecast radar. We put this into motion. 8 this morning, looking dry out there. Same thing for lunchtime, but by 5 p.m., that next round of rainfall gonna approach from the south and west into the evening. Overnight hours looking pretty wet out there across the map. Same thing for 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. And then by lunchtime, looks like the mode shifts a little bit. We'll have more showers as opposed to big globs of rainfall, but some of these showers could end up being big globs of heavier rainfall, especially up in the Cascades. And then we'll have to deal with some more of that as we head into Thursday morning, then more rainfall into the rest of Thursday and into Friday as well. So here are some of the rainfall totals we're expecting through 5 in the morning on Thursday. Around an inch of both rainfall and melted snowfall up in the Cascades. Totals sort of all over the place in the valleys, 0.1 to 0.4 inches. Not very much for the basin, and around 0.2 to 0.3 inches for the foothills and for the Blues. But like I said, more rainfall for Thursday and for a lot of Friday as well. Maybe another 1.5 inches of water up in the Cascades, 0.5 inch for the Blues. Even the Blue foothills maybe getting 0.2 to 0.3 inches. So this is going to be beneficial stuff from the Cascades to the Blues and points in between. We'll trend drier as we head into this weekend. Now, there are some little shower chances that could come back in the valleys for Sunday and then eventually spreading down into the basin by Monday. That's still 6 to 7 days out, so it's subject to change. All that to say the weekend's going to be much nicer as opposed to the weekdays. Wind gusts, the other big story, picking up for tonight, for tomorrow, and tomorrow night. So for tonight, looks like the mountain ranges will see the strongest wind gusts, but into tomorrow, look at the foothills. Pendleton, Walla Walla, peak gust around 40 miles per hour. And then for for Wednesday night. The strongest gust going to be for US 97. Think Salinas Pass and Blewett Pass, but across the map, the breezes / winds will be noticeable at the very least. So here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Rain chances through Friday, and it looks as if Wednesday will be the wettest day. In Yakima, a cool and wet week ahead, but trending drier over the weekend for a change. In Ellensburg, rain likely tonight into Wednesday, high staying in the 40s and 50s. For Hermiston, fog possible this morning, rain likely tonight into tomorrow, then smaller rain chances after that. And finally, for Walla Walla, also looking at a wet forecast through Friday, but getting a little break just in time for Saturday.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is 5:50. It's time for your morning sprint in our 5 o'clock hour, and we start with the top 5 local stories that you need to know this morning. First up, multiple people were hurt last night after a crash in Benton County. The crash happened just before 6:30 at the intersection of South Travis Road and West Sellards Road, just outside of Benton City. At least 4 ambulances left the scene of the crash, but it has not yet been confirmed how many people were hurt or their conditions. The intersection was closed for a few hours. We'll continue to update the story when more information is made available. And authorities are starting to search the Umatilla River for Wesley Dixon Jones. This after the 71-year-old Umatilla Indian Reservation member went missing last month. Investigators say Jones was last seen driving in a gray Ford Escape heading east on Short Mile Road. And police believe it's possible his body is in the Umatilla River. Authorities are working with the MMIW Search and Hope Alliance to look for Jones. And police are warning the Zillah community about unlicensed pop-up food vendors in the Yakima Valley. ZPD says these mobile stands are not monitored by any health department, and some people have gotten sick after eating there. Authorities are asking residents to report any pop-up vendors to the Yakima County Sheriff's Office. Second Harvest in Pasco says the need could be even greater this year. The organization gives out 1,500 Thanksgiving meal kits to those in need every year, but when live registration for this year's boxes started Monday morning, it filled up in just a few hours. Second Harvest says it's asking for donations as the holiday season goes on, and you can find out how to donate up on our website. That's applevalleynewsnow.com. And the general election is today, and time is running out to make sure that your ballot counts. If you haven't turned it in yet, Benton County Auditor Brenda Chilton is urging you not to mail it anymore. The safest option now is to use an official drop box, and don't forget to sign your ballot before dropping it off, and make sure your signature matches the one on file with your voter registration. This is usually your driver's license signature. Now to your national headlines this morning. Former Vice President Dick Cheney has died. The hard-charging conservative was known as one of the most powerful and polarizing vice presidents in U.S. history. His family released a statement saying he died last night at age 84 due to complications of pneumonia and cardiac and vascular disease. And we'll take a look at his life and legacy coming up in our 6 o'clock hour. And today marks day 35 of the federal government shutdown, and that ties the record for the longest ever shutdown in U.S. history. The Senate is about to fail its 14th vote on the GOP's stopgap plan to reopen the government, and neither side expects substantial progress on this election day, with key races from New Jersey to California. However, a small group of lawmakers in Washington insists that there's real momentum for trying to end the standoff as soon as this week. Turning to your business headlines now, Kimberly Clark, the maker of Huggies, is buying Kenvue. That's the parent company of Tylenol. Company officials say this nearly $50 billion deal will bring together 10 major brands, and it'll push yearly revenue to $32 billion. Other products in this acquisition include Kleenex and Listerine, and the transaction is expected to close in the second half of 2026. And McDonald's is dealing with a penny shortage. Some of its fast food restaurants are now rounding cash purchases either up or down to the nearest 5 cents when customers don't have exact change. McDonald's is just the latest business trying to cope with the reality that fewer pennies are circulating. The U.S. Mint stopped making pennies 2 months ago, and the change in McDonald's policy to round up or down only affects people paying cash. Now to your health headlines this morning. A potential agreement to extend Affordable Care Act subsidies appears to be possible. It's the issue at the heart of the ongoing government shutdown. A 4-member bipartisan group of House lawmakers announced an outline for how to potentially extend the subsidies. What the group calls a statement of principles would extend subsidies for 2 years, but also include certain eligibility caps and guardrails. And walking on a daily basis isn't just good for your body, it may also help your mind. A new study says increasing the number of steps taken daily may slow cognitive decline in older adults who already have signs of early Alzheimer's disease. Experts say actions that are good for the heart, including walking, have repeatedly shown to also be good for the brain. Now, trending this morning, People magazine has named their sexiest man alive for the year, and I'm sorry, Josh, it was not you this year.
It's all good because I came in number 2. Instead, they named actor Jonathan Bailey.
Yay! So the Wicked and Bridgerton star is likely the first publicly out gay person to receive the award. There is no money prize that comes with this award.
Bailey told Jimmy Fallon it's the honor of a lifetime. This is the 40th edition of People's Sexiest Man Alive.
And the first honor was given to Mel Gibson back in 1985. I'm so glad it's Jonathan Bailey because Wicked is coming out soon, Wicked Part 2, and it's just gonna be good. He's got so many good movies coming out. Like, I don't know, he's lovable.
He's gonna be in Part 2. Was he in the first one?
Of course.
He's going to be in the second one?
Of course. You got to watch. It's raining this week. You're going to sit in your apartment and watch it.
That feels like you're getting on to me because I didn't do my
Yeah, I'm going to reprimand you. Exactly. Well, also trending this morning, it's what you get when you cross Oreos with Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Oreo is launching 6 new Thanksgiving-themed flavors. Those flavors include turkey.
Turkey
gagging a little bit.
Stuffing?
Turkey stuffing, sweet potato, and cream corn.
Beans, potatoes, tomatoes. Well, there's also, caramel apple pie, pumpkin pie, and cranberry sauce. That is more like it.
Yeah, each Oreo cookie is covered in fudge that's infused with one of the 6 flavors.
And the cookies come in a limited edition Oreo-shaped tin, which includes 12 cookies, 2 of each flavor. Oh, that's what I'm looking at. That's cute.
Well, the Thanksgiving flavored Oreos are only available through the Oreo website.
We got to get our hands on the turkey stuffing one and then the cream corn one and just try it. Yeah, it sounds so bad. It sounds like jelly beans.
I guess I'd be more on board with the cream corn one as opposed to the
turkey stuffing one.
Yeah, that one's tough. At least cream corn is like sweet.
Yeah.
So that would.
What was the other one? Oh, sweet potato. Okay, sweet potato wouldn't be too bad. I don't know.
I don't like sweet potatoes to begin with.
It's just like if you're going to have an Oreo, you might as well have the real Oreos. Yeah. All right, keep it here because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, more details on plans to build a new fertilizer plant in Richland, what it'll cost, and how many jobs it could bring to the area. Plus, we take a look at the completed renovations at the Tri-Cities Airport. We have what passengers can expect to find to make their traveling a little bit easier. All those details and stories and more is coming up in our 6 o'clock hour. And Josh, what are you tracking?
Yeah, it is big November vibes out there. It is gray, there's rain, there's a little bit of snow for our mountain passes. I'll have an update on what the mountain passes look like coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.